Hello, everyone. My name is Gabby. I'm with Faux Fiction, and the first song that I am going to play is Promises, Promises. We were made to fall apart like broken glass. This can never last, never last. A convoluted portrait with two separate hearts. This is the hard part, the hard part. And if I let you go, will you promise to stay away? If I let you stay, I promise you I will break down. We're like two magnets with the same pole. You push me away, you push me away, and you leave me empty. Not one drop left. I can see through you. I can see through you. And if I let you go, will you promise to stay away? If I let you stay, I promise you I will break. And if I let you go, will you promise to stay away? If I let you stay, I promise you I will break down. Break down, down. I got nobody, there's no one else, and I wanna use you. I wanna use you. I said I got nobody, there's no one else, and I wanna use you. I wanna use you, and if I let you go, will you promise to stay away? If I let you stay, I promise you I will break. And if I let you go, will you promise to stay away? If I let you stay, I promise you I will break down.
We are Hijack, and we are here for the Riverwest Sessions Q&A segment with Gabby from Faux Fiction. Ta-da! I got a question. So, from watching the acoustic performance,
Sure.
but I guess my question, it's a two-part question. So, who does most of the songwriting in Faux Fiction, if there is one main person?
So I definitely think it's a group effort. Like the lyrics are usually all me, but I think the putting the whole package together, Peter and Paul really do have their own piece of that as well. So sometimes like I'll start something and I have no idea what to do with it. It's just like, I like this riff or I like this chord progression. How can we do something with this? And I think that the two of them are really good about making suggestions, and we kind of end up finishing it together. So even if I start something, we wrap it all into one package as a group, which I think is really cool.
Okay. And then do you guys start writing stuff like on acoustic guitar? Because it seemed like the songs you played, like they translated really well to acoustic, almost as if like they had been started on acoustic.
They're usually not, actually, but I think because when I started playing music in Milwaukee when I first moved here, so the first show I ever played was at Public House when it was still Riverwest Commons.
Okay.
And so I played an acoustic show, though, there, and I was a singer-songwriter when I first started playing music here, and I think that's kind of like having those roots has been really cool to take that
Sure.
and put it in like the full band thing. So I think I still think like that when I
Maybe.
am writing some stuff, and so I think that's maybe why it can be translated back to acoustic. But I write on electric.
Full instruments, yeah.
Yep. My pedals, all that fun stuff.
Right
So I'm gonna play a new song called "The Villain and the Victor."
Take off your coat and your shoes and stay a while. Brace yourself for the storm that is coming every time that I open my mouth. Brace yourself, settle in for the long haul. Grin and bear it, darling. I'm a piece of work with a laundry list of repairs to be done, to be done. Why don't you make yourself at home as I spill my guts across the floor? 'Cause I'd rather die than admit I'm alive and uncomfortable. Settling for the long haul. Grin and bear it, darling. I'm a piece of work, oh, the villain and the victor just the same. I'm an ocean of empty promises, and you deserve more than I could ever give. Oh, I am nothing but wistful wishes. I'm the worst, I am cursed, and I'll never live it down. No, I'll never live it down. No, I'll never live it down. Why don't you make yourself at home as I spill my guts across the floor? 'Cause I'd rather die than admit I'm alive and uncomfortable.
If Faux Fiction got to the point where they were asked to open up for a really big band, do you have like a number one band that you're like, no matter what, if they were like, would you open for us for a tour, you would just quit your job and be like, yep, okay, bye.
That's really funny because that's actually the one of the questions I have on my list that I was
It's
going to
almost
ask
like we've
you.
been interviewed before.
But you know, I have loved Dave Grohl for forever, and he's a huge influence for me. So if he was like, "Hey, you want to come?" I'd be like, "Yes." When do we leave? Where do I have to be? What time? Like, what do I need to bring with me? I will find someone to watch my dogs. Like, that's a no-brainer for me.
That's what I say. I say the Foo Fighters.
Any project that he's involved with, honestly. Like, it didn't even necessarily have to be Foo Fighters.
Them Crooked Vultures.
Yeah, if it was Them Crooked Vultures, or if he was, decided he was going to drum for Queens of the Stone Age, like, any of that would be fantastic.
There we go. We got both openers already.
Yay!
Out of curiosity, if you had to listen to one album for the remainder of your life, what album would it be?
So I am totally in love with the Menzingers' last album, After the Party. Every single song on there is awesome, and I could listen to that album over and over again. So that's going to be my answer. I love them.
Nice.
This next song is called Skin. Peel the skin, salt the wound. Doesn't matter 'cause I'm immune. Break my heart, break yours too. Wait it out for a while and see if I care. See if I care. See if I care. See if I care. Slam the door, break the chain, change your hair, stay the same. Buy a house and burn it down, paint the town for a while and see if I care. See if I care. See if I care. See if I care. I don't care anymore. You make my skin crawl. I don't care anymore. You make my skin crawl. I don't care anymore. You make my skin crawl. I don't care anymore. You make my skin crawl. Peel the skin, salt the wound. Doesn't matter 'cause I'm immune. Break my heart, break yours too. Wait it out for a while and see if I care. 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 See if I care.
I actually have a question for you.
Sure.
A lot of us musicians don't necessarily like talking about our day jobs or living the whole entire life, but if anything else, I remember like seeing a comment on your page that you posted about like a student of yours actually seeing or like listening to your music. So what type of reception do you normally get from like, I don't know, your students or like other coworkers or anything like that?
I think most of the time they think it's pretty cool because I don't think a lot of them do music outside of being a professor, like to the extent that I do it. So I think that they're always kind of curious what I do, but they're pretty supportive. They listen to it. They'll try to come to shows when they can, which I think is really cool. At the beginning, when I first started teaching. So I teach chemistry and biochemistry at a small liberal arts college in southern Wisconsin. But when I first started doing it, I was kind of like worried about telling my students about it because everyone's so like tech savvy and on social media, and I knew they would go like search it out, and it's definitely not as like professional as I present myself in the classroom. So I think that, you know, it was kind of that feeling like that they're gonna listen to it and be like, oh, did you hear it? It was awful, and just like spread it everywhere. But it hasn't been like that. I think most of the time they I usually do this activity on the first day to kind of like, you know, get everybody to know each other, and we do like 3 truths and a lie. So you have to write 3 things about yourself that are true and 1 that's a lie, and everybody that's, you know, sitting around you has to try to guess. And so I always say that, you know, I front a garage rock band because I know that some students aren't going to believe that, and so I think that's always pretty fun. But usually they think it's pretty cool. I've never had anyone like tell me they thought it was a bad thing or that they thought it was weird. So, but I think it's been a pretty good reception for the most part.
Awesome.
I'm also not as old as some of my colleagues, so I think that it kind of like translates better with some of my students. So, I don't know. I'm not like the jaded professor who's been there for like 25 years. So, I'll get there, but not yet.
Like 25 years from now, I'm guessing.
Thank you very much for joining us for the Riverwest Sessions.
Thank you for the answers and all. It's been a blast.
My legs are burning from running away from all my problems, but I think they're catching up to me. I can try to avoid them for as long as possible before they all implode into a big black hole. And I know it's only a matter of time before everything comes crashing down again. But I guess I'm still waiting on the world to end. Well, I guess it won't. I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired, but I guess that's what being an adult is all about. Like paying bills on time and getting stuck in line in every single fucking store just to buy it all again next week. And I know it's only a matter of time before everything comes crashing down again. But I guess I'm still waiting on the world to end. Well, I guess it won't.